Alrighty, got something new. Been looking forward to this one. Bam, good old Amazon. I'd like to introduce you to Sennheiser MKE 2 Elements. What this is basically a waterproof mic that works specifically with the GoPro Hero 4 camera. So I've been actually waiting for this for a while. They released it earlier this year. $200. What? My GoPro 4 Black cost me $130. So this was like a no-go. But for Black Friday, and I don't know how long they're going to be doing it, they've got the price down to $100, which is still high, but reasonable compared to $200 was what it was and what it retails for. So I actually picked this up for a little bit less. Well, no, it depends. What I did is I reloaded a Amazon gift card for $100, and they had a special. If you do that, they give you $5 extra back on your gift card. Then I bought that gift card using my Amazon Visa credit card, so I also got double points or double money back, so I got another $5 back. So that brought this down to $90 delivered. Not bad. But I figured, what the heck? This is a very like a fine-tuned, it's a little circuit board with little tiny wiring, saltwater, corrosion, me. So I looked at it and they were offering a 3-year extended warranty for $18. So I added that back to it. So basically $108. I got this with a 3-year, no questions asked, return policy, and we're good to go. So I'm actually going to do a unboxing on this because it is a bit of a different type setup. I think it's one of the few state-of-the-art things that I'm running. So we're going to take a look at it. Alrighty, let's do an unboxing. Sennheiser MKE 2 Elements action mic for GoPro Hero 4 cameras. Wham, bam, bam, bam. All right, let's open this dude up. See, they know me. Totally foam encased. Boom. You get instruction manual in multiple languages. Oh, and you get stickers. Well, how much money? Yeah, you better be getting free stuff. And this is probably warranty information or just foreign languages. A lot of information. And here we go. So, this is our baby. These out. See what we come with it. I know these are spacers. This is our unit. Punch that out. Boom. It's out. And that is it. That scares me. So that scares me a lot. That's just basically an exposed chip with, man, a tiny wire. Tiny wire. Stop. Tiny wire. And this is basically the alternative if you're not running the extended battery pack or the backpack battery. You put these in and that keeps the camera from flopping around inside the case. Or you would have the battery backpack in there and that keeps it snug. So that's the whole unit there. Man, this is so tiny, and that's an exposed chip in salt water. Oh, man, thank you for that warranty, because I am not meant for this kind of technology. So let's take a quicker look here. Okay, I watched Sennheiser's YouTube video on this, so I'm going to be using it with the GoPro Hero 4 Black. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this off, And take the camera out, and we're going to pop the back door off since that comes with a back door. Boom. Then we're going to take this gently, and we're going to plug this into the larger of the two ports. Bam. Make sure that's in there. Then we're going to put this camera in there with the tab facing forward, because you want to make sure that it doesn't get stuck between the case. Why won't you go in? You need to want to go in, okay? So you want to make sure that it doesn't get between the case and the seal, and then it's no longer waterproof. Then we want to clip on the back door. Snaps. Then, because we're not using the backpack extra capacity battery, we want to only use one of these spacers. Fits right in there. Then we want to close this up. And snap shut. Voila. Not horrible, but extremely scary. So I need that extra capacity battery. I've got it on order. Should be here in the next day or two, because yeah, I'm not wanting to open this on the water. Generally, I use on an average 4 or 5 hour trip on this main camera that I use for my head for the audio. I generally use 2 batteries for the day, so I have to swap it out, and then my other cameras are just on for a specific reason, so I get away with just a single battery. But hopefully that dual battery will suffice for a full days of filming as well as recording, and we'll be all good. So let's do a quick in-helm test, and then I'll take this out on the water, maybe do some on the bike and the motorcycle, and then on some water action as well. Here's a test using my G7 camera with the Takstar 598 shotgun mic. Here's a picture of either in Ethiopia or Nepal, just homemade beer. Here's some food I shared with some Chinese businessman up in North Vietnam on a cruise. And here's a lunch I got in Mozambique, I actually made myself. Then we've got some monkey stew. And this is in southern Thailand, food from a market. Okay, here is a test of the Sennheiser MKE elements on a GoPro Hero 4 Black. This is me in South Omo buying a baby, climbing a mountain on my Royal Enfield up in the Himalayas, cruising the Congo River, Everest Base Camp, and icebergs down in Ushuaia, Argentina. So that is a test of the MKE. Alright, so that was our in-house test there. So let's go check out and do some outdoor stuff. I think I'm going to take this on for a bicycle ride, a motorcycle ride, and then I'll do some on-the-water testing as well on the kayak. So let's go check it out. Alright, let's test out the Sennheiser waterproof mic on a little bit of a bike ride. And we're gonna go right along the main road here to try to get some traffic noise and see how it handles it. Okay, here's a good test because we got a good stiff breeze coming off over here. Plus we'll have some traffic noise. But the testing I've done so far has been handling it very well. After this, I'm going to throw it on the motorcycle and give that a test drive. And then after that, on the kayak and do a little bit of water testing as well. So we'll check out with the traffic if it picks up distortion with the wind, cars. it works. And there we go. Okay, we hopped on the motorcycle and going to do a little bit of motorcycle testing. Let's check to see how it deals with the wind, motor noise, and my voice. So we'll cruise around 25 miles an hour and we'll find out what it picks up. The biggest thing I want to find out is how the wind noise is affected by the windscreen. Cruising around 30 miles an hour, and we're going to test the volume to see what kind of sound quality we get. Right at 30 miles an hour. Alright, that concludes our test on the motorcycle. Hey everybody, we are out and about, blowing about 10 to 15s on the outside, got the outboard motor running, and we're going to test the Sennheiser Elements waterproof microphone. Okay, we're testing the Sennheiser waterproof microphone, running the flats, got the outboard motor chugging along, and going to see if you can still hear me. Later on, we'll do a little bit of testing under the water, after I've dunked it in the water, but that's our first test. All right, came out to the center of the channel, kind of out in the open. Got about 10 knot gusts coming through, so we're gonna see how the windscreen handles the wind. So that is our test. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a submersion test. Basically, the Sennheiser is rated at 1 meter for 30 minutes, and it's really not meant for picking up audio while you're underwater, just more of the waterproof part of it. So I'm going to do a quick dunk here, count to 5, and we'll see how it comes out afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's our underwater test. Okay, to wrap up the Sennheiser MKE 2 Elements waterproof mic. My final thoughts on it. Oh, actually, if you actually want to see a day on the water utilizing it, my last video, actually, I utilized the camera with the microphone for that whole trip. So that's actually the first trip with it. Positives and negatives. Negatives, one is the pricing. $200 if you pay the original retail. Woo! Now I don't know if the drop to $100 is permanent or if it was just for the holiday season. But even then, that's kind of high for a little GoPro microphone. On the flip side though, you have to understand there is no other options for the waterproof microphone with that type of quality. Plus on top of that, you are getting that Sennheiser quality, so it's actually better than my shotgun mic and my lapel mic, so I could actually use it as a dedicated recorder if I wanted to. Second is the build quality. Well, I can't actually say that it's bad yet. It's just scary being that it's a small microchip that's just out in the open. It's not protected at all. It's attached with a really fine wire, and you're physically using that chip to plug into the side of the GoPro. So you have to plug it in with it, and you're having to pull it out, the bare microchip, with that little light wire attached to it each time you take the camera out. Just very scary. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's heavier duty than what it looks like, but seems very sketchy for that price point, and no way to repair those if something happens. And then on top of that, you have to remember on my kayak, with my setup, I am completely doused with salt water as soon as I leave the dock. And wet saltwater hands doing that, I think is a no-go. Being that it's built to be used with the backpack, the extended battery, GoPro battery, I think that will resolve that. It would work perfect for me because I generally use 2 batteries for one trip. So that would allow me to put a charged battery in at home before I leave, run it all day, and have it still going when I'm finished, so I can just bring it back home, clean up, dry my hands, I'm all clean, and then take it apart and then charge the battery, and no problems with the corrosion and so forth. The only little sidebar would be that the controls being on the same side as the microphone is going to take a little bit of adjustment. I find I can't get the buttons very well, and plus on top of that, when I switch over, try to use my left hand because it's more accessible on this side, I end up smearing the lenses, but that's such a small thing. On the flip side, just huge quality difference between the GoPro microphones with the case, without the case, so you really can't beat it. I think this setup, the 4 black with the Sennheiser versus a GoPro 5, GoPro 6, I think this is actually a better combo unit based on that quality of the volume audio now, versus the GoPro 5 and 6, which can do better video qualities. But again, nobody really, well, not nobody, but most people don't use those higher quality levels, so it doesn't make a difference where the volume is such a big deal. So anyways, that's the video. I'll do another formal review once I get some time working with it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.